Five Nights at Freddy's 2 has clinkety-clanked onto our screens. So let's talk about it. So last year we got Five Nights at Freddy's, the first film adapted from the game of the same name, and if you didn't know it was a game series, now you do. Congratulations. Good for you. And this is a direct sequel to that film. And if you read the thumbnail, you'll see that I thought it was bad. But there's a lot of reasons why I thought it was bad. So we're going to get into it. And on that note, it is going to be spoilers, guys. This is a spoiler review. If you don't want to know anything at all, go away, watch the film, come back, watch the review, and leave a like, because that's really nice of you. So, first thing I didn't know, the first Five Nights at Freddy's was set in 2001, and this film is set in 2002. Completely went over my head, that did. But, you know, cool beans. And this film retcons the first film by saying that the location in the first was actually a franchise location, and the other one, and the one that's in this film, was the original.
Definitely not the Freddys I remember.
You're thinking of the franchise location. This is the original.
Even though that's never brought up in the first one, and it's never really kind of explained on this one, other than just being, oh, it's a franchise location. Stuff happened in the franchise location that William Atherton did, but now it's happened in the first location. So was he at the first location or was it the franchise location? Because a franchise location usually means that the owner of the business doesn't work there. He would work at the first one, but apparently he was killing kids in the franchise location and worked there all the time and took his daughter there. But then when you watch this one, the original one is where stuff happened, and it makes no sense. It's just very confusing because they just muddled it together because they wanted to make another one.
There's no way that'll work.
Basically, there is another puppet called the Marionette, which works on Wi-Fi, and that Wi-Fi can cover the entire city back in 2002. And the Marionette possesses a girl, so it can possess a robot, so the robot can leave the building with the help from Abby, because Abby's back, and then it can possess Abby. But also, just like the first one, there is more than one storyline going on. There's like 3 storylines going on, I think. Vanessa is struggling with all of her issues with her daddy being a murderer and her being complicit in those murders. And Mike exists. And also Abby in 2002. Abby in 2002 is at a science fair where they're 12-year-olds are building robots. Yeah, robots with perfectly created plastic shells of the Five Nights at Freddy's characters, and all these 12-year-olds are going to a science fair to win a robot competition in 2002. When I was at school in 2002 and we did electronics, we had to wire a circuit board to turn a light off and on. That was it. But this film, like if you can tell from all those things I've just said, this film is a mess. It is flopped together. It's also the second film this year that uses like the YouTube paranormal series kind of thing.
Some little girl got murdered here. Do you guys hear that?
As like a starting point in their film, because it happened also in Shelby Oaks. This film, again, it doesn't even lead on from the second one, the first one, properly, because the first one led up with William Atherton being possibly this big villain that could return for this film, but instead they use the Marionette character, which, yes, I know that character is in the canon of the games, but was never in the canon of the films. So, and also it doesn't do what it does in the games. It possesses people and it literally transforms how they look. It's really odd, this film. It is, again, a mishmash of just simple ideas of people dealing with trauma, dream sequences. Mike exists. Abby is obsessed with her friends and misses her friends, even though while they were as robots, they wanted to murder her. And everyone in the town is obsessed with Freddy Fazbear's again. Inexplicably, for some reason. There's all these things of ideas that all could have been one film on their own. And just like in the first one, they mash 3 films together. Like, come here, you bloody stories. You're gonna be more than one. And it's just leads to a very boring, very limp-wristed horror film. It's a gateway horror film more than anything because this film is clearly aimed at the younger audience. It is aimed at young kids because that's what they think video game players are. Even though this game series has been around so long, those people that played those games are all probably a lot older. One of my biggest issues with this film as well is the acting is so bland. It is like all of these people signed on for contracts with multiple films and they're just there. Mike is literally just there.
I think we've come pretty far.
He barely does anything. He's in it very, very just simply to be there because he was in the first one and to do some stuff that's references to the game. It's all just jump scares, characters who don't matter to the plot get killed off. Everyone who does matter to the story is fine. They don't even bring William Atherton back until literally a post-credit scene. So you can tell they're trying to go, we could have made 2, but let's try and rework the story till we get 3. And we also get the name drop and spoiler alert, I guess, of Mike Atherton, or Michael Atherton, the son of William Atherton, who wants to carry on his father's great work. And he's the whole reason why all this starts kicking off in the first place, and why a robot is able to possess a girl for some reason. But he was, again, never mentioned in the first one, never mentioned. I understand its lore. I understand its lore in the games. But in the context of the films, because the films are a different story and they are closed in, I shouldn't have to know the lore of the games to understand the direction of a film. They just cram it in. They just happen to drop it near the end of the film. Oh, by the way, that's Vanessa's brother. And it's also, William Atherton's son. It's so badly done. This is what a really bad scriptwriter would think is a good twist. But a twist is something that you can figure out. The reason why a twist is so good is because when you watch a film that has a twist, all of the hints and plots were there and it builds on the story that was already there. What this film does is look at that film and go, how can we cram more? How can we get another location in this? How can we cram more things? Because we want to add stuff like the marionette in, but we can't go back to the original restaurant. Let's just say this one's a franchise. No one will question it. It doesn't matter. We'll just say it is. Oh, we just didn't mention it in the first one. Oh, let's bring the boat ride in for some reason. Oh, yeah, because we want it in that one. So yeah, that's how we'll do that. Let's just Michael needs to come in. Let's just have it as a reveal, and doesn't even explain why they didn't talk or why it was never mentioned. Let's just say oh, she's ashamed to be William Atherton's daughter. Something like that. Yeah, let's do that. What about all the robots walking around? Oh, let's just say it's advanced tech for its time. It's bollocks. It's complete bollocks. If you are questioning your story as you are watching it, you are not able to suspend disbelief. And that's what this film does. That's what the first one did. Every fucking time. These films are so paper thin. They are the most ridiculous thin ice. You would be drowning if you walked on this plot on a frozen river. It is so bad. And I am really tired of this kind of thing. And people will defend it because they like the games. And they don't know how this is bad story writing because it references everything they like. Hey, let's all throw in a bunch of references. And even when the animatronics get out and the marionette is controlling them, she just goes to randomly kill random people that don't make any sense. And again, nothing happens of it. Nothing happens of it. Why is the Fazbear happening? This is a town that would not ever like that. Yeah, the story broke of like somewhat happened in the Fazbear thing, but nobody believes the story actually happened. And this wouldn't make people go, yay, cool, Fazbear. The town wouldn't approve to put a Fazbear thing on because children fucking died. It wouldn't happen. And then you turn around and go, oh, what's such a fun film? It's such a fucking moronic, really written film. The only good thing about it is the animatronics look great. They really do. And Dennis Nedry's in it, even though he's playing a complete fucking wanker. And I don't understand, how can you have a... Why is this teacher? There's this teacher played by the man who played Dennis Nedry from Jurassic Park. I cannot remember his goddamn name. I'll put it here if I remember. He's just horrible to Abby to the point where he breaks her science fair project and doesn't want her to compete because he thinks it'll make them fail. Why would it? Why would it make them fail? Why would any of that happen? He's just a complete arsehole, so they have an excuse to kill him off. But when they do kill him off, it is completely tame and lackluster. It's just boring.
Abby, help us. Come find us.
And I feel like these games deserve better. They deserve a better written film with more adult themes and violence, because the lore behind these is so dark, but they're just playing it up. They're throwing the 80s nostalgia in there. I'm ranting. But even like I said, they did a post-credit scene with William Atherton looking like he's coming back to life, looking like it's going to be a third one. And they even did a post-credits audio, spoilers, with Skeet Ulrich saying that the marionette's still alive. And I used to be William Atherton's partner, by the way. It's so on the nose as sequel bait, and when they could have just done it in this one, you had to have a bad movie followed by a mediocre, boring piece of crap movie to then get a movie that we might actually enjoy, to have the actual villain that we've been wanted, played by Matthew Lillard, for 2 separate films. He's barely in them. So that's what I think. It's a 2 out of 10. I think this is a really poor film. Everybody is trying, really just not trying. It's very much acting by numbers. Like I said, the only good thing that the animatronics are fine. I found the story and everything dull, and I found it's really, really inconsistent and illogical against its own narrative. So yeah, that's what I think about it. But what do you guys think? Let me know down in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe over on YouTube here. Follow me on Instagram and TikTok for more news and reviews. And don't forget to follow me on Patreon if you want to support the channel. It's $2 a month and it helps keep the lights on, and you get exclusive content. And until the next time, guys, happy watching.